Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Mom's Diary, where we talk about everything to do with motherhood. If you haven't subscribed, make sure to do so below so you don't miss out on our episodes. My name is Caroline Kirigoti, and I am your host. Welcome. So today's guest, I am so excited to have on set. And without further ado, let her introduce herself.
Thank you so much for having me, Caroline. It's amazing. It's good to see you again. It's been
girl,
so many years. We were so young, and I can't believe now we are talking about motherhood. My name is Janet NASHIPAI, a mother of one very handsome little human being, and I love cooking. I have a business. I supply meat, chicken, mbuzi, and beef, and farm produce. Thank you for having me.
So, darling, how is the motherhood experience so far?
Motherhood is a journey, and I'm in it. I decided to be in it. But so far so good. You go through the motions so deep. If it's high, it's high. If it's low, it's low. But I love it.
You love it?
I was created to be a mother.
I agree. Yes. I have to agree, man. You're so responsible, and it's like you're born for this. I'm so jealous.
I try.
Now, okay, what part of motherhood will make you want to do it all over again?
You know, just seeing a human that you created, growing up, and the development and all the stages that you go through, and the fulfillments, and just you created a life. That's what really drives me. For that, I'd do it again.
Oh, and I mean, I'm sure for you, being a mom is a breeze. So you're supposed to be, I'll do it again because it's easy.
Society, it is society pressure. I'm not going to buy into it. But well, let's say God's plan, I guess.
God's plan, yeah.
But I'd love to have twins or triplets. Like I would love the next. I don't want one child, just twins or triplets.
Me too. I've always been hoping each next pregnancy is twin, but tricky.
I want you to see
how you're going.
I'll speak to my guy now. We'll do it the proper. I won't bahatisha. I'll try and do the right way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Please, I will share your guy-na's contact because I'm sure chicks want twins and triplets.
First when it was, then I can share. But you know, we have twins genes, right? My older brothers are twins.
Oh, by the
yes,
way.
and no one, and I'm the last one, and no one in the family has gotten twins. So there is a chance I might get twins. I'm hoping.
Yes. That's called being positive, girl. So what is this one thing you didn't know about motherhood until you find yourself with baby in your arms?
I didn't know anything about motherhood. No one knows anything. One, because kids are different, and even the conceiving and the pregnancy and the whole journey, it's unique and it's different, and you can never sit and say, oh, I'm ready, I know this. You just learn on the job each and every day.
Yes, so I guess everything just comes at you. Like I took you how much plan, took you with what information on you.
Yes.
Everything is new.
Yes.
Everything is gonna be new.
And babies are different. You can have the first child, you suffer with colic, you don't sleep. The second child is a walk in the park. So kids are different.
Oh, yeah. That I'm gonna double tap because I'm thinking, as you'd think with all pregnancies are quite the same thing. Yeah. It's different. Yes. It's so different each time. Yes. It's so funny. But anyway, now let me ask you, what has been the toughest part of motherhood so far? Like,
for me, according to my personal experience, I lost the first pregnancy before I got my son. And I got pregnant immediately, like literally immediately. One, because I was very fearful. I didn't know. And then, you know, you go to hospital and they tell you, it's statistics.
It's normal.
55% of women lose their pregnancies, especially the first pregnancies. There is no reason. You're not sick, you didn't fall down, nothing. But then it happened. But for you, it's so personal because this is your child and you're already bonding into it. Be it it's the first trimester or the first week, but you lost a child. So I was fearful. So my gyna advised we get pregnant immediately. That's what we did.
Okay. Anyway, like for you, I'm thinking you're a strong lady. Kuna some women like could go through the same, but getting up and moving on will be so traumatic. Yeah. So what would you advise like a mom who's lost her pregnancy? How do you pick up the pieces?
I wouldn't be the best person to advise anyone and tell someone how to pick up the pieces because even sometimes I see it and I tell myself, I am not sure if I dealt with it. Yeah. I'm not sure if I numbed it, and I'm not sure if I found healing through just getting another baby. It's different, but just if possible, go through hospital, get checked to find out what the problem could be, and try again. don't stop trying.
Yeah, because I'm
Don't
thinking
stop
at least
trying.
as long as the mom is
Yeah,
safe,
yeah.
you always just say everything is God's plan because
Yeah.
God gives, God takes.
Yes.
Yeah, and you're still a mom to a beautiful 4-year-old. My goodness, I'm so
Yeah,
excited. Okay, then what is that one transition you made so easily into motherhood that it even shocked you?
For me, really, I wouldn't call it a transition because I've raised my nieces who are
Yeah.
teenagers now.
Oh my God, yes,
And
those babies.
so, in terms of experience, I had experience. But as I said earlier on, kids are different. Because
Yeah.
even the nieces, both of them, they are the same, but they are different. So, in terms of transition, the only difference is this is your child. It's yours.
Oh, now it's yours. Yes,
It's yours.
now it's yours.
So you won't take a break. There's no leave days. There's no sick
girl,
off. It's yours.
tell me about it.
You know, for nieces, you're like, you can tell your sister, hey, you know what? Just take care of your kids. I'll hang out with them.
I know,
Later
nitakuja
on,
jioni,
nitakuja jioni.
exactly.
Huyu ni wako.
Ooh.
Imagine, ni wako.
I know.
Na wezi mkula, ati umrudisha kwa tumbo mkule ni wako.
Actually, I don't feel like doing mommyhood right now. Wacha nikiamka nitafeel as if niko
Ama
na
you
more
wake up in the morning,
energy.
you're like, you know, me leo si mama am too. It can't happen. It's your child, it's your life, and
It's an everyday thing until the day
So if
you
it's
die.
transition, even when you die as a parent, you're still a mother, even in spirit form. Bado tu.
Man, I
Uko
think
tu hapo.
it's like
It's a life,
forever thing.
yeah,
Yani,
forever
if you could understand heaven,
Yeah.
I think motherhood continues
it
with
continues,
the whole
it continues,
heaven
it
thing and
continues.
everything. So, how did you receive your pregnancy news?
Gosh, I wanted to get pregnant.
Oh,
I just lost a baby.
No.
I
Okay,
really needed
yeah.
to like catch the pregnancy. Literally, I was
Had
ready.
to.
I needed
really
to.
quite, I'm ready.
I needed to. And this is
God,
because,
I'm your
and this is
vessel, do
because
your
in
thing.
my family, I have aunties who don't have kids.
Oh.
So I was like, oh my God, am I going to be the auntie in this family? So I wanted to be pregnant. I was happy about it. I was ready to be pregnant.
Oh my God, I'm
Yeah.
trying to imagine me in my family have a thing of all my aunties have one kid and then like it's a single mom
Yeah,
situation.
yeah.
So for a second when I got my first
Yeah.
kid, I was like, am I gonna be, you know,
It
those
will
aunties?
draw the change.
One kid. Oh, I'm like, no, I want more babies. I want
Yes,
more babies. It's
yes.
so exciting.
Yeah.
And then, who are the first three people you shared the pregnancy news with?
Definitely the dad, and then my sister. And then when I told her I was pregnant, then I told her I had lost a baby. I hadn't told her. So for her it was,
Oh,
yes, I hadn't told her I had a miscarriage.
No way.
So just told her, hey, guess what? We're pregnant. And that was, I think,
Oh my
a month
gosh.
into
Oh my
it.
gosh.
And like by there, you know, I had lost a baby. And she was driving. She just pulled off and then cried.
I know, I can
She's like,
imagine.
why didn't you tell me? I'm like, because I also don't know if I've dealt with it. And even now, I kid you not, I wouldn't be the best person to advise you,
Yeah,
to
yeah.
advise any woman who has lost a baby, because however I dealt with it, I can't explain. I can't
Yeah,
point
there
out
was
and say
no
that's
method.
how.
You just survived every day and
yes,
woke up.
Yes,
And how far long was the pregnancy?
a month. Well,
Oh.
It was the first trimester. I didn't know I was pregnant.
Oh.
Yes, because I got married and then stayed for a while. And now that's when I got pregnant. But I didn't know.
Actually, didn't know you
I
were
was
pregnant.
No.
What do you mean? As in, I think by day
And
4,
let me
I'm
tell you,
always fevers.
the thing
I'm
about
not
pregnancy,
eating.
when you know you're pregnant, that's when you start getting these nausea.
Cindy, oh?
I didn't know. So now when I learned I was pregnant with now my son, morning sickness. It was the whole day sickness. It was not morning sickness. It was 24-hour sickness.
Oh my
so,
God, it's so
yeah,
horrible.
Yeah.
How will you term pregnancy as like the 9 months of carrying? Use an adjective to describe the period.
Work. First of all, my son petitioned with 2 weeks. He wasn't in a
Hey.
hurry. Yes, he petitioned with 2 weeks, so I wasn't in a hurry.
And then the last days are always so dragging, like you're counting
I
every day.
wasn't
Like,
as emotional. I would, you know, there are women who go through the emotional part. I wasn't as emotional during the pregnancy. I was easy, very okay. Nililea kuku. That's what
I'm gonna
started
about to be
farming
like, you're a
chicken.
very active girl. Like, were you
Nililea
still...
kuku, especially the third trimester. At that situation, you don't sleep. At insomnia.
Ati ndo suna ngoja.
Nililea kuku. I made money. I kid you not.
I kind of get that because
Yeah.
every time I'm pregnant, I'm always so productive. Like
Yeah.
my pregnant
Yes.
months, they'll come up with the business ideas,
So it
new
didn't stop me.
innovations.
It didn't stop
Girl.
me, if at all. I think because I was into farming and all that, so it
So you
didn't
had
stop
something
me.
really keeping you
Yes,
busy and
it didn't
everything.
stop me. It didn't
Or you're
stop me.
excited about delivery, like Ama were you nervous? Am
so
anxious?
This is what happened. My mother told me, you'll be told so many stories about delivery.
Yes.
Some are horrific. And you know, at times you just sit and start Googling unaanza kutafuta and all that.
YouTube.
So my mom told me I need to stop. And I need to wait for my own experience.
Yes.
And that's what happened. And I'm glad that happened, because even when I was going now to deliver, I just kept telling myself, I am going to wait for my experience. And I tell any pregnant woman out there, just wait for your own experience. Mine was easy.
What you're saying is just be positive as you can. I see my own experience.
No, be ready. I tell you, be ready. It can go.
Expect anything.
Yeah, expect anything, but just you know, the thing is, you have to get this child out of your body either way.
Janet, I labored for 4 hours. I think eventually, but I labored for 4 hours. I think bad story, when I compare people's bad story to my labor story, I'm like, I think kutomtoni raisi, yo part ya kupush like boom baby out, but me I'm like delivery. And then the problem is like me, I'd overdone the whole YouTube thing, Google thing.
Oh wow, you know, indulged so completely.
Girl.
Yeah.
Alafu nimekuwa in a ward where they had to induce me. So in a jamii I was fine nikiingia. They put me in a ward where guys are actively laboring.
Yeah.
So unawatch hivi watu, unawatch kabla ifike asubuhi, you're thinking.
Mine was easy. Okay. I walked into the hospital. I actually didn't know I was going to deliver. So
and the baby is 2 weeks
overdue. Because I was going for another checkup. So the guy goes like, why are your bags? I'm like, what do you mean bags? He's like, you're supposed to deliver. And come here, okay, let me go home and bring my bags. So I went and got the bags. Then I was already at 5 centimeters, but I wasn't feeling any pain.
The waters had it broken.
No.
And you're just normal.
Yes,
like,
yes.
Let me go
so with the induction, it worked super fast. I only labored for 1 hour. And I was like a pro. I thank God. I'm not bragging, so that when the other one comes.
To come out now, Baki, it's okay. It's okay. I'm pastor in case she's gonna die. See,
but
make
you know,
sure we do
that. Our bodies tend to deal with pain differently. The same way you deal with emotions or situations differently.
Our bodies are amazing.
So your body deals
our bodies are amazing. Because me, I always think, okay, personally I've not done the naturally, but like I always look at women who've gone the natural birth. I'm like, you'd think something is gonna change because you know you went through all that trauma, all that pain, but afterwards, as in ako so normal, you're thinking.
You see, the thing is, the thing with labor pain,
through 24 hours of madness.
The thing with labor pain, the moment the baby is out, like, it's gone.
It's gone.
It's gone.
Unless they have to stitch you up.
Of course, stitching is nothing. You can't compare stitching with labor pain.
Wallahi.
What?
Me, I'm
stitching,
thinking,
you can cut me and stitch me, it's
thinking, you know, pushing is automatic, like it's contractions you can't control, but stitching is...
No. And then you know, if you go to Hosi, definitely they inject you before they do.
Or there's something to numb the pain.
Yes.
You guys, nobody look for me before you go give birth.
When they're
evidently go
stitching,
look for Janet.
they stitch back everything too.
I
don't know if it goes back because you look at your child and you're like,
Anyway, and then when pregnant, I don't think, okay, I was about to ask like if you faced any stigma from society, your peers or family, because you're in a married situation.
Yeah, everyone was happy.
Oh my God. And
I didn't add weight. I wore the dresses
I
still wear now.
You should see these ladies'
the
body.
dresses I still wear now, and I wore during pregnancy until delivery, literally.
Unaringa juni moja.
Siringi.
No,
imagine it's a gene. It's a family thing. It's a family thing.
I am Maasai too. Do I look like a fat girl?
No, family. Not tribe. Family.
Family, and you need to go back to the culture. Z. First pregnancy, you're gonna maintain. Second pregnancy,
I'll be here. I'll come.
Please.
Yeah.
Me, I'm at 5 months, but if I wear like a regular dress, I'm like.
But you know, I think it's mental. It's how you carry it. Please carry your pregnancy with grace. It's not a disease.
It's not something to be embarrassed about.
Yeah, so carry it with grace.
Because me, I always tell ladies, once you're pregnant, remember, always a feature. Atukitaka, always a feature.
Yeah.
So what do? If you can't beat them, join them.
And the fact that you're creating a life, I mean, who does that? Only a woman.
It's pride.
Yeah.
Me always tell women, as in, haijalishi how you got your kid, when you got your kid, you were chosen to bring a whole human being.
Yeah.
It could have been anybody, but you know, it's you. And then, how mentally prepared are you for baby's arrival? I don't think for it was an issue.
I overshopped. to start with.
Ooh.
I really overshopped clothes that he didn't even wear.
I know. As a first time mom.
Yeah, when you're in that nesting period, you need a husband who is very, or a partner.
Mtu wako anakuambia
Mtu
atakuongeza
anakuambia,
vitu.
please, enough. Because I overshopped. But then, how mentally prepared was I? I was mentally, but I told you, I wanted a girl. Okay, Papa, I know, probably in future you'll see these. That's my son, Kenyan.
Oh, yeah,
but I love you. You know that. But I really wanted a girl. And it's because my mother got a daughter as a firstborn. Almost all my sisters got girls as firstborn. So even me, I expected I'm going to get a girl. And then I was a tomboy. So I wanted something to pamper, nini, and all that.
But God had other plans for you.
He did. And I knew 2 days. I knew 2 days before delivery.
Imagine. And like when you're getting married, did you have like a time span? Look, umejipea could get pregnant?
No.
I mean, it was just
marriage. Whatever time I was okay.
You got pregnant after the marriage?
Yes.
On your leg with the 2 shoes, not just school, marriage, kids, you know, and then your mom is telling you, be like your friend. You're like,
no, but you can't decide, honestly.
You can,
but don't engage yourself into unprotected sex if you know you're not ready to be a parent. Mtoto ni gharama. Hii sahani yake mimi nangojaga sahani.
Ndio.
Mtoto ni gharama. A child is expensive.
They should explain what this sahani comes.
They're amazing, you love them and they make you work even harder. But truth is, so don't put yourself in that situation. And you know very well, si tutokota mtoto ama utarushiwa. You'll get pregnant. You know, you'll do the thing, and then you'll get pregnant. So don't do it. And if you have to do it, protect yourself. But don't use family planning, especially the young women.
Oh my!
So avoid anything hormonal because it's going to interfere with your system. You're going to suffer eventually when you're ready to have a child.
I know because that's a topic. Like I've spoken with many like younger dudes and chicks. Like you know, I'm like. You guys have sex all the time, and then you guys don't want to be using protection articles. I think of the fun or something. But then I'm like, again, you can't be on emergency contraception.
They're taking them
every week, you know, because it's a point now you're ready to have a baby, but your body is like, nope, it can't do this, it can't do this.
So to the young ladies, protect yourself. Imagine there is no boyfriend who is worth you putting yourself into all the hormonal situation just to impress them. There is no one.
Me always say as long as
and even you as a young man, don't put someone's daughter into that situation. There are better ways to if you have to really have sex, do it and protect yourself.
Man, me always tell the guys like if you really love the girl you're with, you're really gonna wanna protect her. Na kama sivyo should be ready for the outcome because I'm like there's no you can be having sex and you expect cabbages to grow in the farm.
Exactly.
You know, as in the outcome is always gonna be one. So, but the time unajipata ati unajua umeketimali, you're taking those plenties often ish. Just be open to anything, man. You don't find yourself in a situation where I see, you know, because you look at Janet, you're thinking she's a mom. I don't look like that as a mom and everything, but then you're like, girl.
The work that the BTS, hey, my friend, you don't know.
No, you're not coming back. You don't know. Hivi si ati ati unamka kila siku na boom, I can wear these clothes and I can look put together and everything. Hiya, so tell us, how old is baby?
Baby is 4 years and 2 months. I was about to count days. Then
I know. I was about to be like, I don't know, amazing. Do you know me?
No. He turned. You know, because he turned 4 in June.
In June?
Yes.
Me, I've had situations that he, unajua children, date of birth, una pause.
The confusion comes in when you're counting pregnancy and you're counting in weeks.
I know, man. That's so. Kwanza me, my dude, and I'm checking you. I think you're still 10 weeks pregnant. I'm like.
Yeah, you count in weeks and then you get confused.
If me myself I get confused, now where do I start with you, man? I'm like, where to Google? And then let me ask you, how did you deal with separation anxiety the first time you had to leave baby?
Honestly, I know I am really blessed. I was able to be hands-on with my child because being self-employed, you're able to, even if you're going to run an errand, you can comfortably just go with the baby. Yes. But the first year, literally, I was just with the baby throughout. Oh. So I started leaving him. And it's something that I really wanted to do. It's one of the prayers that I made, and I was like, you know what, I really want to be there for my child when I'm nurturing him because I want him to just grow
the most delicate.
So I don't think I have any anxiety. I can't remember of any, honestly.
Any ojeondoka home, alafu you're just thinking, I need to get back home ASAP. You know, everything is good, like you're just thinking.
The only time he stayed away is when he went to my mom's. Then I kept calling, like, hi mom, is he okay?
I don't know what,
you know what my mom told me? This is a you problem, because you know what? This he's not even asking about you.
Oh my God. I know, I do like
that's why I was like, it's okay. So I was done. I never experienced.
So for you, didn't have that. Now imagine for me, I had to go back to school after the first baby.
Oh yeah. How was that?
Girl. That's a whole story. It's a long story. But to Limaliza eventually. Hey, do you know my mother?
Yes.
My friend.
And you know I'm always on mom's side, so.
I know this one is my friend's
always.
mom. Anyway,
always.
And then, do you ever experience emotional guilt? Like when you find yourself a bit tired to do the mommy thing. Like let's say your baby wants your attention. You know, you're like, kind of get you watch TV. I'm like, your baby wants to follow. You're like, no, remain, I'm gonna come. Do you ever have moments of guilt? I'm like when you punish the mama, I'm sure kidogo, unabaki ukijambia, man, I'm a bad mother.
I wouldn't call it guilt, but there's to some extent. I think the way you just sit back and look at how you're doing things.
Yeah.
And as I told you, Mimi, my experience, I can't say to him I'm an experienced mother. You don't know these things. At times likubahatisha.
I know.
You just try stuff and they work. At times they don't work.
It's spontaneous almost.
But then, and you remember when we were having a conversation, I told you, my best is my best. What I've given is my best. The food that I'm providing, the food that I'm cooking, how I do it, how I take care of him, his sleeping pattern, everything, imagine is the best that I can give. So I stop beating myself up. That comes in the guilt trip that you take yourself through. It comes in when you're trying to beat yourself so much, or when you start comparing and thinking that you're not doing right and all that.
When you start giving other people a chance to validate you and compare you.
Yes. But sometimes when I punish him, I feel like, did I do the right thing? Did he understand? Or you're like, did I punish him because I was having other issues?
Yes.
Like, was I stressed out and all? But then, when it comes to mother's duty, I am a nurturer. So, when I get to the house, I can be so tired, like I've had a long day. But when I get home, I'm a mother. It doesn't matter.
Wow.
Yes, it doesn't
Oh my God,
matter.
You're making me feel guilty because I'm thinking, okay. May I have days when I really just don't.
No, but
have
I also take a break. I take days off. I take days off. I go somewhere and just chill.
And at least you have mom. She's really supportive. Your sisters.
Yes. I take a break. And I'm not afraid. I go out. Thanks to Corona, I no longer go out, but I go out.
Girl.
I do my thing. I go out. Properly until 6 in the morning.
Is grown.
And then he wakes up and akiamka 7 anapata nimempikia breakfast.
No, I know.
But he knows. He asked me, "Mommy, are you going to meet your friends?" So I tell him. I basically I inform, like, I explain, I treat my child like a grown up.
Like an adult,
He's a human being, so I treat him like a human being.
Man.
I don't just assume.
How we communicate to our kids, they are retarded, because me, like for my kids, I used to go party, like, I'd set my day, bash na come plans, my plans. So I just go, I come, thinking they're too young, they won't notice. Until I got to a point, my daughter's like, Mom, I came to your bed, you weren't there. So I fika home. I put them to bed. I'd be like, I'm going out.
I do that, and let me tell you, it gives you peace of mind.
Inakupea peace of mind. Oh my God, you have no idea.
You get home, you cook for them, and you've mmekula, mmechill, mmeomba, mmefanya, you've done your devotion, wamelala, you go there and dunda like.
I know, man. It's always the small things, man. It's always the small things. I think like our kids when they're really young, all they know is the parent.
Yes.
As in, usifanye your kid ati ataelewa manini. For them, it's like mom happy, mom sad, mom missing, mom hungry, mom nini. So like involve your kid in. Explain to your child everything if you have to. Don't think your kid is gonna catch up. They ain't adults.
And then kids grow so fast.
Yeah.
That today he is old won't be there tomorrow. You're going to miss out on so much if you're not there. So you just have to sacrifice and purpose to be there.
I know, you can travel on a Friday, ukuje home Tuesday.
Anatembea ameongea.
Unaongea mtoto wako, and you're like, look, I've only been gone for 2 days.
How's he anakwambia, alitembea hukuona?
I know.
Now that's where the guilt, hapo sasa guilt.
I know, when you're not there for the milestones. Oh my God. And then Ghana is going to be there, alitembea hadi akafanya nini? So you're like, Baba walk.
And they tell you, Ama, you go start puring food. I've seen people, I've seen women who say, imagine On weekends, I can't feed my baby. He or she is being fed by the nanny. You're failing. Yeah.
At your weekends because
Because there's certain things that it's just proper for you to
I
purpose
know,
to
man,
do.
it's
Like showering. You as a
bathing,
dad
bath
or you as a
time.
mother, just make sure you're there to eat. You're able to connect and bond
Yeah.
with your child during that time.
How do you handle situations when you find your work supersedes motherhood? Do you have situations like those you find?
I have never experienced that, so I wouldn't know.
I know, probably
have
guys are wondering by
never-
now, wait, who is this chick? As in, Hana Shida, Hapiti Shida Yote, Haju.
Shida ziko.
There is two sides of a coin. I think I'm there, the Sedili Machorwa 1-0, where is the Sedi the president.
Yeah.
But, oh yeah, so at least once you have like a good plan and you save, yeah?
Yes.
So savings. Okay, and then do you have an education plan for your kid?
Yes and no.
Yeah. Tell us more about it.
I'm a Maasai, and it's something that I think I'll never get away from. So I believe in saving with animals, through animals. So I don't have an actual education scheme like in a bank or insurance.
But you've got a plan,
Yes.
as in uko
the
secure.
plan is there, yes.
Masai girl.
Nauza ng'ombe, mtoto anaenda shule. Nauza mbuzi, mtoto anaenda shule.
Mimi nileka ng'ombe zikakufa zote. I think waliua. I swear. Me honestly, it's my mother who told me to give money to buy goats and cows. The next thing I'm like, unajua, I gave money for cows. Unajua, they should be giving birth. Nilambo, imagine all the 4 cows and 6 goats
that
died.
is the mistake we do whenever we're trying to invest into something. You just let someone else
Run it for you.
Yes, you want someone else to run it for you. You're not hands-on. You don't know what happens. That's why you do a mistake. So especially as a mother, you have to protect your wealth. You have to protect your money. So
I know, because like for me, I'm thinking, by the time I was getting my firstborn, trust me, I didn't even think vituka shule. As in, school came around to me like boom. Other kids, the age you're going to school, and my son wants to go to school. So I'm like, but at least, you know, like my hubby, I in a stable job. So like with him, what he did was, because I got employed, I make a student education fund or something. So like me, I always tell other moms, like, whatever small you have, put it aside. Si lazima ujue plan ya ahead, because who knows, both of you might not be there tomorrow, you might be there tomorrow, but always just find a way to put something aside, regardless. Because I'm like, let's not make our kids suffer for what you have control of. When you have a new mom and she gets a new nanny, what will you advise them? How will you advise them to go about it?
First of all, I think the first thing I'll tell you is treat this person as a complete person. And don't treat them as a maid. They're not slaves.
They're
and
not
trust
different.
me, you need them. Imagine you need them. And then mark you, this is a person you're going to leave your child with. And this is a child who don't even know how to communicate.
Oh my gosh.
So pia hapo inabidi tu unacheza kama wewe. Just be nice and treat them right.
And hata kama unasikia jamani,
yes, be concerned about them. Just create room for mistakes. We all do mistakes. Even us personally, at times we do mistakes. And just create room for that. But also, let there be rules. Like, kuna tu sheria yenye inafuatwa and there's nothing, there's no discussion about it.
Exactly.
So when it's clear like that, it's easier. Na ukiona kama mnasumbuana na mtu unamwambia tu, and don't get attached. Do not get attached to these people.
I've seen that happen.
Do not get attached, because it reaches a point they'll start manipulating you. Yeah.
How does a baby affect a relationship, especially intimacy?
What do you mean by affecting intimacy?
Because like I think for some women, you find you get a child and you kind of draw it from your man, like the sex part of it becomes like, I think you really don't pay much attention to.
You see, it digs deeper to what makes you to start like being off. That's someone coming to me. Someone being off completely and all that, or not being able to connect with someone. It goes deeper, and it's more than just
a baby
it's more
in
than
the
just
picture.
A baby in the picture. It is more to how are you emotionally? Are you guys agreeing what is going on and all that? So it's a lot of things.
It's more than just exactly, because I found women who use major when you get a baby, you put the baby in your bed, like you never have intimate time with your guy. Every time your guy tries to come around, you're like baby in the mix. So eventually you guys end up growing out of love, you just become parents.
But then it's usually the man who complains and says that he no longer feels all connected. He no longer feels all those sorts of things.
I know, man.
But you see, you need to understand that's a very different season, and things have changed. So we
The
go
love
through
has
change.
to be
There's so
divided,
many
the
changes that
attention.
people go through. Yeah.
And then, do you feel age has to do anything with motherhood? Like, is there a right age to be mom?
No. There are people who are as old as 40, but they can't. They're even afraid of having children.
And people who are as young as 16?
Maturity, yes, and they mother perfectly. Maturity is different. So is how you mother.
Is how you mother, yeah?
Yeah.
Because I think the other day we were having...
And the mindset also, and how ready you are.
I know, because the other day we were talking about it, we were realizing that for motherhood, I think when you're a bit mature age-wise, kuna a way you can deal with some things differently than when you're a kid and then you become a mom.
Yeah.
So I think anybody can be a mom, but then kuna some sort of maturity required kidogo to at least to help you deal with it, like, you know, kupata kajobo, kupata housing, kanyumba kadogo, just going about it.
But you know, you can also be older, but then you haven't figured it out.
And you haven't figured it out
completely. So I don't think it's an age thing. Though I'm not saying that now teenage pregnancy should be embraced or anything. But it's,
if it happens, just
if it happens, you
grow
grow up.
and go
You
with
have to
it.
grow up.
I know, man.
Guy,
Guy, and that's the thing my mom told me. Mtoto ni wako. And then, how would you advise women who use children as financial ammunition against baby daddies, because they can't be pamoja, but then use the kid as the ammunition?
It's wrong. Maybe they have their reasons. Probably they are not in a position to provide for the children. But then I wouldn't blame them. So let me not blame them. It's wrong for you to like use your child for finances and everything. But as well, I also just want to tell the men to just take your responsibility. Imagine, because I think the mentality they have, especially for people who have separated, they'd say, I don't want to provide because I am providing, and then someone else in their head they think they're also providing for them. But you see, there are ways you can do. Pay school fees directly, do shopping directly. Take your child, take responsibility.
Take weekends off and spend time with your child.
But the reality is, if you find yourself in a situation where someone is not supporting you, imagine, don't force them. Don't force someone to be a parent.
Don't force them.
Don't force them.
What ways do you think can be implemented to deal with teenage pregnancies?
For me, teenage pregnancies it's very personal, because my mother is a teacher back in Shags, and I think it's so sad. It's so sad for her when you talk to her and she tells you the fear of she's not even sure how many kids are going to open school. These are people she knows, and she tells you that child is so bright and they had the ability to do great things, but then now she's pregnant.
I know.
But then there's the other side of it. She keeps saying that as parents we failed because we don't create that environment for, especially back in Shags, we don't create that environment for the kids. Kids don't feel loved at home.
You go finding love
and
elsewhere.
Anywhere you find it, you easily just get into it and thinking it's, you know, they're young women, they're trying to find themselves, they're getting to know themselves, so for them they'll just fall into it and do
in
whatever.
the name of looking love, you just land in
and everyone loves to be accepted, everyone loves to be loved, honestly,
to be appreciated,
and to be appreciated.
I know,
So they find themselves in such a situation, and then now they end up having early pregnancies, which is very sad. So it's back to parenting. We as parents, let's take care of our children. Let's imagine, set the rules and know where that child is and with who and why and how. This whole thing of street kids are going for sleepover parties. Mimi, I'll be in your business. You think your mom is strict? I'll be in your business unapologetically. Yes.
Me, I also say I'm gonna be that mom who takes new bedding every month. I have to come to your house every month, my friend. What?
Yes.
And exactly as you say, I think it's back to us as parents. It's us. It's always gonna be us at the end of it. And as we come to a finish, tell our viewers, how can they find you on social media, or how do they get in touch with you if they want to order some produce, some fresh veggies?
You can follow me on Facebook, NASHIPAI Enesamo, and IG NASHIPAI Enesamo. And I'll definitely follow you back. You can see my cooking there. And you can order meat, you can order beef, you can order chicken, you can order vegetables and fruits at a very good price and fresh from the farm.
stay healthy, look good like this. Darling, thank you so much for coming. But before you go, we have something small for you. Wow. Here,
Amazing.
some goodies for you. Tafunguka nyumbani.
Oh, I'm not supposed to unbox from here? Wow.
You
Thank
could,
you. Thank you
but-
so much for having me. I am so proud of you. So proud of you. And you know it. And I'm praying for you, but all goes well. To motherhood.
To
And
motherhood,
creating
babe,
content.
and
Please
creating
subscribe.
content,
Subscribe
and being awesome.
Yes.
We've always been
Subscribe,
awesome.
comment, share
Oh.
your thoughts.
Share.
Yes.
That's our director's baby. Or so that's it for today. We're so glad you guys joined it. I hope you enjoyed the show and you learned a lesson or two. Stay tuned for our next episodes and don't forget to subscribe right below. See you.